Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Arachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, to us truth. Honors and salutations to the elect, to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the shall of us first. To the men, women, and children that believe on the true name of the Father and the Son. The Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer. Because come and deliver us of this captivity that we're in. My name is Micah Allah Ben Gad Ben Yasharala, the Church of Philadelphia camp here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, come back at you with another one. As the title says, it's ICE agents at the Philadelphia International Airport. All right, which it's going to lead to a lot of things, man. All right, people going to be scared to travel as far as so-called immigrants, northern tribes. They here to snatch up all you fucking niggas anyway, man. At the end of the day. But yeah, man, things are getting real intense. And very, 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 very fast, man. Shalaka is my mind right now. Don't forgive me. All right, but things are getting very intense, real fast. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip. The article says ICE arrives at Philadelphia International Airport. DA Krasner issues warning to agents. All right, whatever, man. People talking shit. All right, I'm gonna play the video.
Well, ICE agents are now helping TSA workers.
And the reason why they got these agents there is was partial government shutdown. All right, and that's basically gonna cause a lot of havoc. Anyway,
at Philadelphia International Airport. It's part of a Well, ICE agents are now helping TSA workers at Philadelphia International Airport. It's part of a controversial plan by the Trump administration to help offset the effects of the ongoing partial government shutdown. Action News' Walter Perez is live at the airport with reaction today. Walter.
Well, Christy, TSA lines, as you can see, moving very well all day today, very short even now. Now, we can't say for sure that has anything to do with ICE agents being here, but they are here to help as the partial government shutdown lingers. Officers from Immigration and Customs Enforcement have arrived at Philadelphia International. This after President Trump announcing over the weekend that ICE agents would be sent to certain airports across the country to bolster TSA staffing shortages linked to the partial government shutdown.
I'm glad they're here. I mean, if they're offsetting some of the workload for the TSA agents and allowing them to get people through faster, then great.
But not everyone was that welcoming. Steve Papalian of Nazareth showed up as a lone protester, saying he believes he speaks for a lot of people.
Lots of acknowledgement, a few cursings, but I can handle that. And I even talked to the ICE guys, and I'm sure most of them are very nice guys. But they're probably bringing the best of the best here.
Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner also showed up at the airport with a warning for any ICE agents who might somehow get involved in criminal activity.
This is how it works. You commit crimes within the jurisdiction that is the city and county of Philadelphia, I prosecute you.
In the meantime, union officials representing those unpaid TSA workers held an online press conference. They made it clear that as the partial government shutdown lingers, people are suffering.
We have single parents, grandparents, caregivers, and families who are under real financial strain. Yet, they are still expected to report and perform at full capacity.
With that said, more than 400 TSA agents have quit over the past few weeks, and thousands continue to call out every single day across the country as they continue working without pay. reporting live from PHL. Walter Perez, Channel 6 Action News. Brian?
Yeah, everyone hopeful that an end is in sight whenever that comes. Walter, thank you.
Okay. So, hey, Shalom, y'all, myself. Y'all about to shut back there. But this is going to cause a lot. All right. Go ahead. Put my scriptures together. Cause Billy, TSA agent, well, the government shutdown, partial government shutdown. Like we said, they shut it partially shut down now. It's not coming back up, man. All right, it's not coming back up. When you try to call down to the IRS and all that, they tell you, "Oh, well, when they're not doing anything over the phone." All right, and they don't tell you when they're coming back. It says and shortly or whatever it says. You know, as I had to call up there, but anyway, man, it's going to be a strain on the traveling. All right, with people trying to travel to what's that different states, because a lot of people are traveling still, you know. Like I said, a lot of people being as though and I'm talking about so-called immigrants, all right, which is the northern tribes, northern and southern. All right, this is the beginning of the end for Babylon, man. So this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 17. Never the phone act, right? So I don't know what's going on. 2nd Ezra 15. All right, we go. Phone act stupid. Slide, just bear with me. First time this happened. Let me try this. Just bear with me, Salaki. There you go. There you go. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." All right. And that's the beginning, because how do these people travel now, going throughout the country via these airports and everything? And Nero has placed these ICE agents in different airports around Babylon. Matter of fact, let's see. Look this up real quick. What airports has Donald Trump brought ICE agents to so far in America? All right, so check this out. Okay. So it says as of March 2026, doesn't say the exact date. As of March 2026, the Trump administration has deployed immigration and customs enforcement ICE agents to at least 14 major U.S. airports, including Chicago O'Hare, Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson, New York, JFK LAX, to assist with screening and manage long security lines resulting from a TSA staff shortage during the government shutdown. And y'all, they're not paying those people, man. All right, those people are not getting paid for working, like they said in the video. It says some people coming to work without pay, and that's showing you the downfall of America and the jobs being taken away as well. You know. All right, so what we have? Read this again. I got Chicago, Atlanta, New York area, Houston, and other locations, Cleveland, Louis Armstrong, what's that? New Orleans International, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, Pittsburgh International Airport, and what's this say? And Southwest Florida International Airport. So these are all the airports, amongst others. Like I said, it's 14 of them. All right, so the article says 14 airports altogether that they deployed these troops to, which they're going to start shutting things down. You're going to have a major shutdown. Like with this government being shut down, they're going to shut down the whole Babylon. All right. The second Ezra chapter 15, verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, because they're going to start stopping people, man. All right, shutting down your cities. That's why and y'all, these ICE agents that they have coming to these different airports, they're going to turn into foreign troops, man. You know, because like they said, they had a lot of these troops coming in during the Biden administration. All right. And they was coming in through the what was that? Through the border, so to speak, right? They was coming in, and it was I believe it was like Moabite troops, I believe Ukrainian troops, but around that time was a lot of different people coming through those areas, and they're brought here to Babylon to what, man? To do a job. They're getting paid to do a job, and their job is to come and, like Trump said, man, he said it's going to be one day. He wants one day when the law enforcement could do whatever they want to bring peace to the streets. All right, so to speak, using that word loosely, peace. All right, but they want all control, man. All right, so let's go here to 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 18. Now you're starting to see these things. These evils are gone. It says, verse 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 17. I'm start there. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And right now, these people don't believe, you know, that shit stink. You know, basically, that's what hits the fan, because everybody's still enjoying themselves, you know, got their income taxes back and all that, going out having fun with their families and all that, while the evil's growing on the earth, man. You know? The dollar bill ain't shit, it's collapsing. They're not even selling oil in the dollar no more over there in Iran, man. They selling it strictly in the Chinese yen, man. All right. Verse 19 says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So all these things are happening for the amendment of the Lord's people, man. All right. You got crisis situations, man. And the reason why they putting these troops in these airports. Matter of fact, all you gotta do is go look at Denver International and look at the wall right there, and it shows you everything that all the plans of this place, man. It's complete chaos and destruction, man. All right. You know, and they're going to start issuing emergency warnings and rules and all that, and then put them into place for the up and coming events, man. You know, all they're doing, like I said, you're seeing the chess pieces that are being moved into play, man. All right, starting with the airports. Now they locking the airports down. So now when you if you think that you was going to try to escape from out of this up and coming calamities or whatever, you going to go to the next city or whatever. they got ICE there and everything. And eventually it's going to be for, the men in the Lord, because what? They're going to, they already got their eyes on us. You know, they've been watching us. Yeah, every fucking move they watching you, man. You know? And they're about ready to rule on us, man. They're going about ready to come snatching brothers up. You know, you're going to need Yahweh Bashim Shine that time. And it's showing you these ICE agents they're replacing the TSA agents with the ICE agents, man. And eventually it's going to be UN troops and all that, man. All right. So let's go here. Going to go to Isaiah 10 and 1. Salaki. This is the beginning, man. I'm telling you, this place is over, man. I can't wait. I promise. I'm fed up with this place. So the injustices of this place, man, shit got to stop, man. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed." All right, and no, that's what they've been doing. These draconian laws that they're putting into place now. You know, it says this right here, verse 2. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless, man. So these people, they about to get down dirty, man. You know, they're passing these oppressive laws, man. You know, which they know, like, and everything is raising up. They want you to get this C-hip. That's the next move, man. You know, and they putting it all into play, everything. They just you watch the news every day, and you just see the evils more and more and more growing on the earth, man. All right. The evils are growing more and more on the earth. So where eventually, man, this God, man, they're going to go all out real soon, man. They ain't going to have a choice but to go all out. All right. Bear with me. Forgive me. And they're going to have to get something done soon, man. Salaki, bear with me. Hold up. Salaki. At the types of men. But nah, so like I said, man, you're gonna have, like, when they put these agents there, you see what happened when they was going throughout the different neighborhoods and everything. How the people was coming at them. But this time, they coming with force, man. All right. They're not playing. Like, everything was like a test run. All right. So let's take it here real fast. Let's go to the book of Luke. All right. Chapter 21 and 20. The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 20, which reads, this Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. See that? It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh, man. So the Lord is He's bringing these troops and about to surround this place, man. You know, East City. They about to shut down the city. You know, and then if you really look at Babylon on the whole, look at how it was purchased with different. Look at the Louisiana purchase and different purchases is like that, man. Those people, like you got the French, the Brits, what's that? The French, the British, damn, what's the other nation? But there's a few other nations, man, that purchase. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's do this. How many different nations purchase land in America? Okay, here we go. Damn. So I asked Google. I said, how many different nations run America, basically? It says approximately 100 different nations hold foreign-owned agriculture land in the United States based on data from the USDA FSA as of 2021. Over 40 million acres, roughly 3%, all privately held agricultural land, are owned by foreign investors, with Canada holding the largest share, roughly 31%, followed by the Netherlands, Italy, the United Kingdom, and Germany. American Farm Bureau Federation. All right, so all these different nations, it's more than, it says about 100 hold like got stock here. All right. So they're gonna come collect, and they're gonna shut, like I said, they're gonna shut things down slowly but surely, city by city, man, territory by territory. All right. Until that great and terrible day of Yahweh Shem Yahshua comes. That's why the scriptures say right here. Let's read it again. Luke 21 and where was that? 20. It says, and when this is Yahweh Shah speaking, when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh, man. So the desolation of this place, you know, is nigh. And also for the 2/3 of our people. Your destruction is nigh, man. It is nigh. All right. And when they got these different like the ICE agents at these different locations, airports, guess what? This is what they're gonna do. This is Revelations chapter 2, verse 10. All right. Because they come with the thunder. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right. So, all these things that they got planned and that they lined up and all that, man. Hey, Shalom, y'all bust yourself like a thought. All these things that they had planned and lined up, the Lord told us don't fear none of these things, man. Because all these things must happen, man. All right. Let's read that again. Because when you start seeing those ICE agents and what they coming to do, they coming to snatch Jacob off the street, man. And now they at the airports now. First they started, you got to look at the patterns, And like I said, man, those ICE agents are going to be traded out with those UN troops because you do have those vehicles and everything over here, and they've been coming over here and setting things up for years, man. All right. So Revelations 2 and 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. All right. Because, we're going to go through it. Some is suffer, some is measured to this, man. Some is going to get locked up. Some are going to be on the run. Some are going to get beheaded. Some is just going to perish right here, man. But the Lord said, what? Fear none, Revelations 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. And it don't mean exactly 10 days. It's just a time period. You know how long you're going to be in there. till the Lord frees you up. Just like when the Peter and them was locked up, and the angels shook the gates. The gates opened up. You know, an earthquake came and all the doors opened, man. You know, and what happened? The guard that was there, he was scared to death. Peter came. I said, "No, we're all still here." You know, hey man, this is a part of the ministry, man. You know, it says, "Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life." All right, so you got to be unbothered in certain situations, and I'm talking to myself as well, man, because this thing is, this thing is getting, it's about to get real crazy out here, man. All right, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people going to lose their mind. You had that guy, he was in the airport protesting, but that protesting shit, they about to not be going for that soon, man. You know, this is about to be a straight up dictatorship. All right. So let's go here. The second Ezra, 16 and 70. All right. This is what they coming for. Yo, why they got them people there? This is going into them snatching up the people. They're going to round you up. You hop off them planes and everything. They getting all angles covered, man. They about to come in like madmen. Second Ezra 16 and 70, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection unto those that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Aruchakodas." And that's the reason why they're getting all these things together. All right, a great insurrection. They about to come with the thunder, man. And as you see, it says I think it's 14 different airports that Nero has these ICE agents at. And they're going to, like I said, city by city, and it's over 100 foreign countries that hold agricultural stock here in Babylon. They coming to collect their bread, man. 71, second Ezra 16 and 71, it says, they shall be like madmen. Check it out. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That doesn't sound like something sweet. They coming through. So you got to put on that full armor, man, in Ephesians, man. You know? Put on that full armor, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Aruchakodas. Yo, because the day is growing evil and eviler every about a second, man. And I really can't wait, man. I'm sick of this place. Sick of it, man. This place is disgusting. It needs to be purged, man. And the Lord is going to do it. All right. It says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods." See that? "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." That's what's coming. These agents, they coming to play dirty. It's like you had years ago when the apostles did that breakdown on the Jade Helm situation when they was teaching the militaries how to run in people's houses over here. So they was preparing for here because that's what they're about to do. You know? And these ICE agents popping up everywhere. And now they're at the airports and all that. That's going to shut down your transportation. And they're just getting it ready for when people try to run, think that they're going to fly up out of here and all that. And they got them also there to deport your ass, man. You know? Verse 73, second Ezra 16 and 73, it says, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in a fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." All right, so the Lord is going for his elect, man. All right, the days of trouble are at hand, man. You see it. I say the evil's growing on earth. When in history have you seen ICE agents at airports, man, waiting to deport the citizens, man? You know? Let's go here. Matter of fact, this is what I wanted. Jeremiah 15 and 2. Hold on, let's get that in blue letter. Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 2. Salakia. All right, it says, Jeremiah 15, verse 2, it says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then Salakia, then thou shalt tell them. Thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are to captivity to the captivity. So it's going to be no escaping what's coming. Whatever the Lord has designed for you in these up and coming days, and I ain't even going to say years, I'm talking about days, months, weeks. I'm talking about in the very, very, very near future. All right, you're starting to see these agents all over. That means they're about to come in like that flood, man. But whatever you label to, it says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such are for death to death, some are labeled to death, such as to are for the sword. All right, so what kind of, like, you going to have famine? Well, sword, man. Esau, he coming in, man. It says to sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are to the captivity. So some people going to be, like it says, Revelations 2 and 10. You know, going to be cast into prison, have tribulation. 10 days, man. All right, check this out. I'm gonna read that in the NLT, Jeremiah 15 and 2 in the NLT. It says, and if they say to you, but where can we go? Tell them, this is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says. Those who are destined for death to death. Those who are destined for war to war. And that's what, a lot of these people, they got coming to them. It's like those people that got snatched up on that, what was that? When ICE first started, and they was taking people on the planes and everything. He said they was flying them out in the middle of the ocean or something, and then turning back around. They said bodies was dropping up. So those people are, what can we do to hide from these people? Well, look, just what the prophet Jeremiah said. Jeremiah 15 and 2, and he got these words from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. All right. It says, Jeremiah 15 and 2 in the NLT, says, and if they say to you, but where can we go? Tell them, this is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua says. Those who are destined to death, those who are destined for war to war, those who are destined for famine to famine, and those who are destined for captivity to captivity. All right, verse 3 says, I will send 4 kinds of destroyers against them, says Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I will send a sword to kill, the dogs to drag away, the vultures to devour, and the wild animals to finish up what is left. God damn. Yo, the Lord ain't playing. Hey, Shalom, Agaya, Bashim, Shah, Bashim, Chakodas, Brakatah. Yeah, Connor's right. Hands and feet washed up with chains on the beat. That's right, man. So they was labeled, they was destined for death, man. What the prophet said, man. You know, some is going into detention centers, man. You know, like I said, what Revelation 2 and 10 explains that. You know, some of you, hey man, they got like, they got I mentioned this a couple times about the facility they have out here in Pennsylvania in Montgomery County, which ICE purchased not too long ago. Within the past couple months, they purchased this facility, and that's the house people, man. All right. This how I know that you ain't gonna escape. Let's go ahead on the classic Amos 5 and 19. If I get down to KJV. It's also going to the day of the Lord, but hey, man, the things that's coming to this place, man, it's just gonna be haywire, man. Because people about to, I'm telling you, about to lose it. This is Amos 5 and 19. It says, as if a man, matter of fact, let's go to verse 20. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and the bear met him, or went to the house and leaned his hand on the wall and the serpent bit him. All right. So, hey, man, the Lord is, hey, that's the spirit, man. I got the scripture right here. You know, kind. And hey, Shalom, Shabbat. But hey, man, so like when the enemy rolls in like that, it ain't gonna be no rest, man. All right, you ain't gonna be able to just like now when you get exhausted, you can run from something and come sit down and get your breath back and all that. It ain't gonna be none of that. And that's what I'm telling you, like with this move that they just did, sending these ICE agents, these troops into these airports. Now that's shutting down your transportation in the air. All right, because eventually once they tell them to shut it down, nobody's going anywhere. You're gonna be stuck in the city that you at. All right. Just like if you fly overseas right now, man. All right. And you get look at those people that got stuck in Dubai. And over there in Israel. You know, they're gonna have a travel ban where you can't go nowhere. And a lot of these are different nations are telling their people, look, man, it's time to get the hell up out of Babylon. You know, come back home. Scriptures speak about that. But the people are returning back, you know, to their land. So let's go ahead to Revelation chapter 18 and 21. All right. These things must happen to this place because all the prideful, arrogant things that these nations are putting on this place, and mainly it's the Lord doing it. All right, but this is Revelation chapter 18 and 21. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down. You see that? Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. All right. So, yo, it's like a great millstone. That's where the apostles got the name from, man. You know, I remember them telling the story about like a brother that he said that they told him to get the name and everything. He came with that. And when you look at a millstone, it's grind something to powder, you know, and that's the spirit that's on the apostles, man, the elders, and bishops. Because when any doctrine comes that's off or whatever, what happens? They grind it to powder, man. You know? So let's get this in the NLT, man. Because, yo, this place loves violence, man. This place is all about violence, man. So the same way that the violence that they put on us is going to come right back to them. You know? Let's look at seeing those ICE agents at these airports. Just know that your time to travel is limited, man. Unless you get that C-hip. You know, and even with that, you shouldn't trust it. You know? Look at that movie, what was that? Leave the World Behind? But what's this guy? Obama and them wrote that. The Obamas wrote that movie or whatever. And the planes are falling out the sky. All right. They got some things planned, man. Soon nobody's going to travel. Soon nobody's going to be working. Because this place is going to be completely shut down. They're going to start coming and rounding you niggas up, man. All right. This is Revelation 18 and 21 in the NLT. It says, then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of a huge millstone. He threw it into the ocean and shouted, just like this. See that? He said, just like this, the great city Babylon will be thrown down with violence and will never be found again. All right. So the Lord, hey, man, the Lord is... He's calculated, man. Let's just say that he's calculated. And when this time comes for this place, just know that this place is going to be burned to a crisp. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding cities, you don't even know where they at no more. They got an idea of that region. They found it, but they don't know which street was what street. And this. That's how bad the Lord burnt that place. And the same thing is going to happen to here, man. All right. My brother got up here, Ezekiel 35 and 6. It says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Hashem shall power, I will prepare thee for blood. That's right. And blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. That's right, man. You know, the Lord said he's going to have so much blood is going to be shed here. Just period. So it's going to be like, it's going to equivalent as deep as it is to the bridle of a horse's bridle. You know, horses are pretty tall animals, man. You know, they sit on all fours, but they're pretty tall animals, man. You know, that's a lot of bloodshed, all right? Because you love blood, Esau. You're a bloody man. You love blood, the blood clot. He's a blood clot. That's what you are, Esau. And the hell with you and your damn your agents, man. All right, you got people just trying to make friends with them. That's why they're gonna have to bring them foreign troops, man, that barely speak English, you know, because they're gonna have missions. They're gonna have instructions, orders, if you will. That's the right word. Orders. They're gonna have orders to shoot to kill on sight, man. Eventually, that's how it's gonna go down. All right. So let's go ahead to Matthew 24:9. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 9. And this is in the NLT. Matthew 24:9, it says, matter of fact, let's read this one. Salakia. Matthew 24:7 and the NLT. It says, nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world, which we're seeing right now. But all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. All right, so we're seeing the evils growing on the earth. These ICE agents at the airports, you know, the wars growing on the earth, the diseases, you know. Verse 9, Matthew 24:9, it says, matter of fact, 8 again. It says, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. Verse 9, then you will be arrested, persecuted, and killed. You will be hated all over the world because you are my flowers. All right. So the Lord, hey man, you gotta prepare and wrap your mind around this, man. Just speaking these words and coming on the highways and hedges don't mean the world likes you. The world hates you, man. And every chance they get, they're going to show you, man. And you're going to see just how much the Lord loved Yahushua when these up and coming calamities come, and they're coming for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they want the elect, man. That's the bottom line. You know, that is the bottom line. They want to kill the chosen, man. They want to cut us off from being a nation, period, again. But it's not going to happen. You already cut us off from being a nation before we came back into this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of who we are. You know? Matter of fact, let's go here. Second Ezra is what's going to be the last one I bring out. Second Ezra is the 15th chapter, starting in verse 14. We started at 15. All right, 15 and 14. Salakia. Second Ezra chapter 15, starting at verse 14. Salakia. This is it. God. That's right, brother. You definitely gonna lift up that standard, brother. That's right, because we gonna need it. It's the second Ezra chapter 15 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right. It's just take heed. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And we are in this world. We're in this world, but we're not of this world. All right. Verse 15, it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And you're seeing that right now. When you go out here and you watch these different videos of these ICE agents in different cities They rumbling, man. They going right at them. It tells you, they're not going to they're not going to regard their kings or their princes, man. All right, insurrection and all that's coming, man. All right, and they showed you that. Well, Trump's first term, with the when they rushed the nation's capital, man. That insurrection, and they said somebody went in there and planted some the B words around. You know, the joints that boom boom. They went and planted some of them in there. All right. And they're going to try to do this. Hey, man, they're going to try to blame it on the Israelites this time, man. All right. Well, if I'm going to keep going. 2 Ezra 15:15, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." All right. Course of their actions shall stand in their power. And these people, that's why that dude was down there at the airport, man. Talking crazy to the, there might be good people, and listen, you're in the wrong spirit. And the one dude he was calling, because they said that, he was like, well, we're glad they're here. He said, if it's going to help us move faster and all that, he don't even dig. And there was an Edomite man that was saying that, but he don't even dig what he's saying, because you're calling for them to bring in these troops, which is not for your benefit. They just think, oh, it's going to be faster for us to get through here and breathe. Well, they're going to say the same thing about the RFID microchip, man. All right, that's going to it's more convenient. You know, you could get in here and out of here. There's no lines and all that, man. You know, and everybody think things that's of a convenience is great for them. No, it's not, man. All right. So look, I'm gonna read this scripture my brother got up here. This is Isaiah 59:19. Kind of says, "So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory to the rising of the sun." I was just thinking about the scripture earlier too. The rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard, man. You're going to need that, man. All right, that standard is what? A way to escape, to disappear, to get out of there, the same way the Lord teleported, man. You know, he could shut it off when the troops come in, wherever you at, the Lord could blind them from seeing you. You could be standing right there. You know, I had dreams like that, man. When the enemy came in, and I'm standing there, as I threw a cover over my head. But I had threw my hands up like this, you know, like, y'all got me, whatever, when they came running in. But it was like a cover was thrown on me, and they was walking right past me, and I'm looking right in their faces, and they couldn't see me. It's like they was just like gathering everybody else around that was out there. So that's a beautiful scripture, brother. You know, and the Lord is going to do that for the ones that believe in him and trust in him and fear him, you know? So, hey, man, just listen. Evils are growing on this earth, on this planet more and more, man. You know, we just got to just trust in the Lord, man, because everything is collapsing. Like, you got all these jobs failing, Pizza Huts, the fast food restaurants. And I was looking at something earlier, and it said if in the next 10 years, these jobs are going to be taken away. You had truck drivers, I think it was cashiers, you know, people that do the preparation for your foods and all that. Why? Because they got these robots, man. You could thank your man Elon Musk for that, you know, because he's the Tesla guy, you know, the self-driving cars and all that. You could thank him for that, man. But actually, you could thank Yahweh Hashem Yahshai by Hashem Rachakadas, because he put the thought in that man's mind to do it, to bring this place down. They're doing a great job. So Lord's willing, this was edifying. You got something out of it. Hey, stay prayed up, man, because the days are very evil, man. And the evils are growing on earth day by day by day by day by day. All right. Damn, that's crazy. A lot of people going to lose their jobs, man. You know what? When that happens, take it all, count it all joy, man. You know, basically, you're not losing nothing. You're gaining. Because we kings, man, princes, rulers, authorities, you know, the Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, Hashem Rachakadas, man. We shouldn't be laboring like we do for Esau, but hey, we in captivity. All right, and the Lord is going to turn back our captivity, man, right in front of our face, man, right here. Right here in Babylon, you're going to see it. You know, if you're one of those men. He said he's going, matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. All right, real fast. Just bear with me. Come, this is Zephaniah 3:20. That's right. That's right, brothers. That's when the miracles. That's when the miracles come in. You know what? I got a couple of them. I'm just trying to see which one I want to bring out. All right, let's do this. Let's go to Zephaniah 3:20 first. All right. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 20. Salaki is just loading up real fast. Yeah, this is funny. All right, hold on. See you mad? Hold up. Let's do this one. It's crazy. All right, here we go. It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 20. It's crazy, man. All right, it says, at that time will I bring you again, even in that time, even in the time that I gather you. All right, this is coming up. All right, and when all these things are going on in the midst of World War III and all that, this is what the Lord is talking about. Zephaniah 3:20, once again, it says, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh. You know? Saith Yahweh, man. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Aracha HaKodash. He's going to turn our captivity back right in front of our eyes, man. You know? That'll be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see, man. You know, it's after all the hell that we know growing up here in Babylon, and all you know is that you were a slave, you know, and didn't learn that you're an Israelite, man. So to see your enemies go down and you be raised up, that's going to be a joyous day, man. All right, because you see all the things that they have planned for us. Let's go here real quick. Psalms 126, start at verse 1. Matter of fact, we're going to read this whole chapter because it's only 6 verses. All right. Then I see my brother got up another precept. Con, and bring that one out too. This is Psalms 126. It says, I start at verse 1. It says a song of degrees, and the headliner says, Thanksgiving for return from captivity. All right, it says song of degrees. When Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. See that? It says we were like them. Salaki. Let me read that again. I get a little hype when I read stuff like this. It says, when Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter and our tongue with singing. Then said them among the heathen, Yahweh have done great things for them. All right. And because look what they got planned. See, and the Lord is saying this. Because all this that we're going through right now is going to seem like one big ass nightmare, man. You know, especially what's coming up. It's going to seem like one big nightmare. When you get in the kingdom, you're going to be like, oh, what the fuck? Did we really just go through that? When you see all the greatness that the Lord has for you, man, you know, this is going to be like just like a nightmare. You woke up like it never happened, man. You know, and I'll tell you just in this, the Apocrypha, I believe it's in Sirach when it talks about when let's say basically roughly paraphrasing when basically roughly paraphrase says like when if you have some there's no remembrance of the bad things that happened to you, you know, because it's like it never happened. All right. But now when the bad things happen to you, it's like, yo, these good things never happened to us. All right, because we can sit here and read about the greatness that the Lord has done for us in the past, you know, and even the things that he has to come for us. But all we know right now is what we live in. And this is what the Lord has. This is a punishment right here. All right. So back in Psalms 126:3, it says, Yahweh had done great things for us. Wherefore we are glad. See that? It says, turn again our captivity, O Yahweh, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. See that? They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. All right, so let's read that in the NLT real quick. Now I'm gonna bring out my brother's scripture right there. That's crazy, man. This is beautiful. Like reading the gospel, man, is always beautiful, man. All right. Reading the gospel is always beautiful. And I don't know why this is acting like this, but the NLT's acting up. I don't know why, but Satan must be angry. Or whatever. We read it in NLT. So I mean we read it in the KJV, so that's fine. I gotta check on this, see what's going on. But let me read this real fast. I know it can't be that enough. All right, my brother has up here. This is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 2:10. This is one of my favorites too. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's right, man. That's heavy, man. He said, got this Superman music playing in my head. Yo, Con, yeah, that's right, man. Let me read that again, man. Sirach 2:10. It says one of my favorites. It says, look at the generations of old. And that's what we read about. Look at, matter of fact, thinking of that. Look at the prophet Elijah, man, when he called that fire down from the heavens against the prophets of Baal. And he told them to keep their sacrifice. What was that? To keep their sacrifice dry as a bone, man. You know, and told them to call on their God to come and bring a fire to that wood that they had. And as Elijah was doing it, he was mocking and laughing at him because he knew that he trusted in the Lord and he knew he wasn't going to be confounded because he knew that his power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arachakwadas is the living power, man. You know, Yahweh and his son Yahushai, and he gives us what? The Rachakwadas, the Holy Spirit, you know. But he laughed it because I think he let him do it for like 24 hours. Nothing happened, you know. He cracking up. So then, when it was his turn to go, he told, man, soak the wood. Drench it. You can't even drench it no more. It can't even absorb no more water, you know. And then he called on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadas, and what happened? The Lord sent that fire down and lit that thing up, man. And they was confounded. Those men, the prophets of Baal, was confounded. All right. So the men of the Lord now in this time, just keep trusting in the Lord, man. All right. Like the scripture said, Sirach 2:10. Who was confounded that ever trusted in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man? It might look bad at times, you know, like, damn, man, Lord, why you whooping our ass like this? Like, we tired, we sorry. It has to be done, man. You know, like with I saw this on what was it, Instagram. The lady was a Chinese lady. She said, "How do you say stop being a pussy in Chinese?" She said, "Big song, big song, big song." That's what I'm gonna tell dude. Big song. Stop being a pussy, man. You know, when these things come up, man. I'm talking to myself too, man, because a lot of things about to happen. So anyway, Lord's willing, this is edifying. You know, got something out of it. So next lesson, I'm gonna give out the water for the precepts, brothers. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, the bishops, great millstone. Shalom to the elect. To the next lesson, Mawafa Baba Ball, Kwame Sharala. Shalom.